Hello. This is definitely the first time you're seeing me on this stream. I definitely didn't start the stream with my camera on. Definitely didn't do that. Hi, Lils. I was texting and I didn't even realise. And then I looked and I was like, why is my camera on? Weird littles. I want to go back and look at the start because, oh my god. Did you check my Snapchat? The one, yes, I that's what I was replying to when I started. Oh, it's me moving my mic. And texting Lils. Oh lord. Oh, that's actually really embarrassing. But hi Loxon, hi BC, hi Shake, how you guys doing? Oh my goodness. Good morning. I'm just watching back me accidentally having my camera on when it should have been starting soon. Like, but here, thank you Hickson, I appreciate the like, I hope you're having a good day. How long did I have it on for? Oh, like a good minute. Right, I'm having it. Oh, nice. I had an iced coffee before. That was yum. And I can't have another one because I'll be peeing all over the shop. How's everyone doing today? How's everybody's Monday? Happy New Week, guys. Happy New Week. My bloody hair. You haven't. Loxon! Why not? From time to order, I'm literally so warm. I might go and like make a cold drink later. Actually, I have these like new little energy drinks that I got in the fridge. So they're nice and cold. Thank you, BC. I am Jim. That's a joke from the last time we played with the Jim button. I'm not lying with I'm thinking of fun things to do when I get it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you for the hydrate. I do have water here, but it's like it's just room temperature water. So that's like ordering coffee, pricey cup of java. True, but you also don't have to leave your house. So no problem, Loxon. I would rather you fall asleep and have the rest you need. Also, hi Gav. I don't know if I said hi to you, my lovely. Hi Gav, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. How are you? And also, seeing the frogs, we now actually have frog merch. I uploaded it to the store after I finished my work this morning, so we now have frog merch. Don't have any money to get any, but one day. One day I will. Right, so we're going to play more of the Stanley Parable because bullying kills at the moment and getting bad. Oh lord. Oh lord, what are you doing that for? So, we're going to be Stanley. And I've got a chart. You guys can't see it, but it's a little like chart to tell me which ways to go to get different endings. So I thought that could be fun because like my brain doesn't have a lot of thoughts left in it. So Yeah, frogs! The frogs are taking over my channel, honestly. The frogs are superior. I don't want to leave right when I've started, but I kind of do want to go and get that drink. Do I get a mango one or a raspberry one? There's a mango lemonade flavour and there's a raspberry flavour. And they're like energy drinks. Change the name to be Ambi. Fuck. That's offensive to my brand, how dare you. Mango. I was thinking mango. But then I was like, do I fancy lemonade? I mean, raspberry. I don't know. I could have both. I'm gonna go get it because I've actually got a bit of a sore throat as well, so I might put some ice in my water as well because I'm roasting hot. Okay, should we put the starting screen up and we can pretend I was never even here in the first place, so it's not like I'm leaving 10 minutes into stream. Don't tell anyone. Act like you first seen me when I come back, okay? I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I'll run. Oh my god, hi. This is definitely the first time I've come to stream. Hi. Oh my god. Starting. Hi. I'm out of breath. I went really quick. I'm so unfit. Hi, Shake. Fancy seeing you today. I ran up those stairs. I'm so unfit. But right, look, actually, I was reading this while I was running. It says there, 1 can equals 1 cup of coffee. And this is what it is. I got it from Costico. It's mango lemonade. Oh, it's got multivitamins as well. What did I miss? I wonder if this will show up. What will show up? I'm doing a collab with it. Oh, exciting, Gav. Oh, headbutt. Nah, it doesn't show up. A scam. Scam? Snapchat? Okay, let me just open this and take a sip. Oh, bloody hell. It's hard to open. What can I say, Shake? I'm a woman of many talents. That's interesting. That is bloody lovely. It's very refreshing, weirdly enough. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, Such fine print too. Well, it's not that small, really. It was the coffee cup that actually made me look at it, because I saw the coffee cup and I was like, coffee cup. It's like when you drink water and you know that just like satisfies your hydration. It's like that, but with this. It's as if I'm drinking water, but flavoured, but not flavoured water. If that makes sense. Because I find flavoured water dry. Does anyone else think that when they drink flavoured water that it just feels like dry in your mouth? What? Sorry, Lils, I will read your snap. I've just got an email from my uni. What? Oh, God. Why has she done that, though? It's literally due today. Yeah, everything's fine. My tutors just emailed me. I thought like they were saying that I had a book that I hadn't taken back, which I've never taken a book out of the library, so that's not true. But no, when I asked one of my tutors if there was a way I could get a book, because it said I could access it online. But it wasn't. She was like, yeah, there's this way and this way. She must have gone and requested it for me, because I've just gotten an email saying that I can go and get it. But the book that I needed the essay for was literally due today. I have no more essays left to do. Except for my dissertation, and it's not accurate to my dissertation. So... Okay, well, I don't need that. It's literally due today. What? I find it like normal water. No. Shake Me and you are on the same page. This is lovely and cool. I should get sponsored by whatever this is. I just found them at Costco randomly when I was there, picking up my birthday cake. Lils! Oh, Lils, you doxed your name on that photo, just saying. You like fun him. But then you got a phone case. Lils! Don't mind, I trust you. I'll probably forget in about 2 seconds anyway. Aww. It's been so long since anything's been ever bought from my merch store, you know. It was hype. Right, we've been listening to these people talking in the background for like a million billion trillion years. Should we actually play the Stanley Parable instead of just chatting? Because I could just like waffle to you guys about random things forever, but I won't put you all through that. Right, we're gonna be starting, and I have an idea of where I want to go for the first one, because I always jump off of the conveyor lift. We've watched that. That's true, I can waffle about random things while playing. I got an achievement. Right, okay, let's go. So, we're gonna...
workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Not
Perhaps
do
he
as
had
we're
simply missed a
told,
memo.
right? This is like a base
When
game
Stanley came
thing.
to a set of 2 open doors.
Right,
He
okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Oh yeah.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
Quite a big game,
truly
isn't it
a
then?
room worth
Yeah,
the
it
wait.
is
But
Bojo.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
It
first
really
open door
is.
on his
It's
left.
I've literally got like a little flow chart on my browser
Stanley
for the
was so bad at
endings.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
How
5
you
years
doing,
ago.
Bojo? Welcome in. Can we get a shout out for
Look,
Bojo,
Stanley, I think
please?
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Right, we're gonna stay
I'm
on
not sure
here,
anymore,
okay,
really, I'm not.
and go up.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else
This is
can be
new. We've
difficult,
not seen
but
this.
the
Thank you,
fact is that the
BC.
story has been about nothing but
Is the
you
game okay? Is
all
it
this
too
time
loud,
now.
or is it like
There's
alright?
someone you've been neglecting,
Did you start
Stanley.
over?
Someone
Basically,
you
this
forgot.
game is a lot of start overs,
Stop trying
Bojo,
to make
to
every
get all
decision
the
by
different
yourself.
endings.
I'm not asking for
You start
me.
over again and again and again and again. Perfect. Okay, thank you, BC. Hi,
This is it,
Wally.
Stanley.
How you
Your
doing?
chance to redeem yourself.
Wally, did you
To put
see?
your
Did you
work
see my
aside,
DM?
To let her back into your life.
We're gonna let her
She's
back into
been
our
waiting.
life. She's been waiting. Is it Queen Elizabeth? I'll be her Prince Philip.
That's
Oh,
her, Stanley. You need to be the
Can I
one
unplug
to do
it?
this, to reach out to her. If you... Oh, no. You just unplugged the phone. Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
double shout out.
Definitely
Hell
clear
yeah.
as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Ooh,
Music
wow.
comes in, fade to white.
Yeah, my window is
roll
open because it's
credits.
boiling hot, so
Not
if you
picking
do
up the
hear
phone
noises
is
like
actually
the
somehow an
plane, I'm
incorrect
sorry.
course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I
Hi,
understand.
Leon. How you
How on
doing,
earth
my
are you making
lovely?
meaningful choices?
Good to see
What did
you.
Wait a second. Did I just
Can we
see-
get a shout out for Wally and
No,
Leon
that's
as
not
well,
possible.
please?
I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for
I'm getting
real-world
told off.
decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a
Thank you,
moment so we can
BC.
educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Okay.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For
Yep.
example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice.
Okay.
He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person
2
who
add
does
4
not
equals
make
fish,
sense,
guys. Write
in
that
all
down.
likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Okay. My goodness. Is it 4:30? I meant to be having a back sack and
Making
crack.
choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least
Did I do
8
good?
choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Okay.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okie dokie, Wally.
Welcome
Oh.
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But
Oh,
not to
lovely.
worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to
I'm
revisit
good.
the choice you
I'm
made
good.
just a few
I had to
minutes
wake up
ago
really
and
early
see
to
what
make sure
the
I got
correct
my
thing to
work,
do
my
would
essay
have been.
finished for
This way,
12.
please.
But I'm actually not feeling too tired. Funnily enough. I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack, apparently. We're meant to go on here.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have.
Oh,
you
they are
jumping
letting
off
me
the
jump
platform
off.
and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Hi,
That
Uncle.
story would make no sense
How
at
you
all.
doing? Me no
We just need to get you
gorgeous.
home as soon as possible
Me
before the
pleb.
narrative contradiction gets any worse.
How you doing
it seems
today?
This place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. We're going back where we came from. Wait, what? Oh, I thought something else opened. Not bad. Nice. Nice. Is it like really late for you?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will
Almost.
have resolution once again, and you'll be
Have you
home free
slept?
in the real world.
Or are you like Samoan and just wake up real early?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Always
I'm quite
putting the
sure
story
you'll be up to
first.
the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
You never sleep, but why? But why? What if I go back? Oh. The old back
ruined.
sack and
I
crack.
can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why?
He's
For
telling
what?
me off.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone?
don't deal well
Left
with
here
it,
like
so
much
that.
garbage, it's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do?
Well,
Even if there
you
were a
got
way
me
to continue
talking
it,
now.
to know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge.
Using
I'll have to live with it
slides.
forever. Reliving its
Productive
impossibility
work.
forever.
It's
I
okay.
can't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
The answer is fish.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Ooh. Oh Lord. Ooh. Ooh. The aliens. The aliens. What?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You.
Oh.
Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yes.
You just had to see?
Yes.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually
Excuse
knows
me.
how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
He's
That's
getting
how it
angry at
hadn't even
me.
occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
No, I'm not. I had my birthday the
story.
other day. I'm big.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so
Woohoo!
perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make
Stand in this spot. Oh.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Yep.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Yep.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, left. Yep.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure.
I wonder
you'll
how
be
many
up to
times
the
I can
task.
do
Just follow
this.
my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on
You've
his
got
left.
F. F?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as
You bought
Stanley
Jackson's
would.
up the mic.
That
Blah,
means
blah, blah,
choosing
said her
responsibly
playlist.
and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
You guys have a-
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Well, that'll be good.
When
Hopefully it doesn't
Stanley
make you too
came to a
poorly with
set
any
of 2
side
open
effects.
doors,
But that'll be good
he
when you
entered
have
the
it.
door on his left.
Left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave
Oh,
exactly as
I think it's
Stanley
going to keep
would.
doing
That
that.
means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
It's
Just
4.
follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Yeah, if
Alright.
I have another one, it'll be my
When
4th as
Stanley
well.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we'll actually go left this time. Because we're a good Stanley. We're good Stanley.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Won't let me go in the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase,
They've
Stanley
gotten rid of the
walked upstairs
choice.
to his boss's office.
They've gotten rid of all of the choices. Due to a weakened immune system. Yeah, mine's because of
Inside his manager's
asthma.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
I
life.
am the most
Shocked,
expensive
unraveled,
boss.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
A
until he saw
panda!
the door with
Oh, there's a
voice
gun to
receiver
the
next
panda's
it.
head.
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer.
Please
just
speak
last week.
clearly into the
Nightshark
receiver.
115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown.
Okay.
He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark!
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115.
Night
He
Shark
stuck it into the
115!
receiver right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115!
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise,
Okay.
we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115!
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But
Thank
you
you
know
for the
what?
poop!
It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing.
I'm
for your respect.
trying!
The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
You're
You could have
possum,
done whatever the
Flynn.
hell you
No,
wanted
you're
over
a
there. Why did you
possum.
come
What
this
the
way?
heck?
Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
I don't like when he shouts at me.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Hello?
Oh!
Is everything okay?
Oh!
Stanley, please.
I'm-
make a choice.
The end!
I need you to walk through the door.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Can you hear me? Is everything
Cruise, cruise,
all right?
cruise!
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you
I
understand?
did it.
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this.
Hiccups.
The world needs it. So,
I'm spinning around, move on in my way.
Stanley, are you there?
Meow. Teabag. Teabag. Teabag myself. Teabag.
And to make sure your choice is correct, that is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Well, hey. Should we go meet our
All of his
wife now?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Let's
decided to go to the meeting
let's
room.
go meet
Perhaps
our
he had simply
wife.
missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
Wow. Yes, this room.
Yep.
But eager to get back to business,
Excuse
Stanley
me.
took the first open door on his
I need
left.
I need the broom closet ending.
Stanley
That's very
was so
important
bad at
ending
following
to me.
directions, it's
Hi,
incredible he
Nguyen.
wasn't fired years ago.
How you doing, lovely?
Look, Stanley,
Welcome
I think perhaps
in.
we've
I hope you're
gotten
having a
off on
good
the wrong
day.
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
You good? I'm good also. Sorry, I'm just answering a message. That's good to hear. Just outside having a smoke when my kids are sleeping. Nice. And a bit of nice peace and quiet time. Why would you come here if you're trying to have some peace and quiet time? I'm more annoying than anything. Anyway, we're going to go see our wife. Because we've apparently been neglecting
This is
her.
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Okay.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Okay, I'm going to be a
She's
good
been
husband.
waiting.
Hello,
That's
wife.
her, Stanley.
Let me
You'll be-
answer. Okay. Bonsoir. Oh,
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
The bread.
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Oh, sexy lady.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Is this
Who
not
would
my
commit
wife?
Their life to you. I'm trying to
Ah,
make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to
roasted.
see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Oh, New Year, you're a cutie. It's 12:50 a.m. for you.
This is a very sad
So
story about
it's-
the death
oh.
of a man named Stanley.
I'm gonna die apparently, lol. Good morning, employee 247. Press F on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has
Ow,
a job
ow,
that
ow,
demands
ow,
nothing
ow.
of him.
I appreciate
Every
your
button
kind
that he
words,
pushes
New Year. I
is a
really
reminder
do.
of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I just done a 5-6 minute chase against Bubba. Only one gen to post it. Nice. This is why you need me to be the gen rusher.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen
Hurt
this
to
life.
be now. That was mean. What did I know? They said that I don't deserve anything who don't commit my.
But in his mind,
I cleaned out my wound this morning and it hurt.
Adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into
It's
the
getting better though.
unknown.
It's kind of starting to scab
Fantastic
over
discoveries
a little
of
bit.
new
Not the proper
lands. It was
gouge,
wonderful.
but the rest of
And
it.
each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none
I
of it
agree
would
on
ever
that.
happen to him.
Same, William. I am also a dance jockey.
And so he began to fantasize
I love
about his
doing
own job.
generators.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
I tried to rush the killer but get upstairs. I'm not very good at looping. Prepare dinner.
As he wandered through
Oh.
this fantasy world, he began to fill it
My
with new
wife is
possible
very
paths
sexy.
and destinations.
Hello everyone,
Down
I would
one
like
path
to
led
introduce you to
enormous
my
bound
sexy
room
wife.
with monitors
Her
and
name is
remote
Mildred. Look at her
controls.
boobs.
And down another was a yellow line
Booba
that
honka
weaved in
honka.
many directions. And
Honka
down another
honka.
was a game with a baby. And he called it
Callie!
the Stanley Parable.
Hi, Callie. How you doing? Tell your kids to stop. I do not have children. Oh, sorry, Betty. I didn't mean that.
It was such a wonderful fantasy.
Guys,
and so in his
what's
head,
your
he relived
news?
it again. And then
What's your
again, and
news?
again, over
That
and
you're
over,
heckin' beautiful?
wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path,
Yay!
mustn't there be?
I'm so excited
Perhaps
for
if he played just
you.
one more time.
That's good news. We need that good energy here.
But there is no answer.
I'm so
How could
happy.
there
My
possibly be?
wife! My
In
wife is
reality, all
gone.
he's doing
She
is
became a
pushing the same
desk.
buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested
Are you?
he
Is this
gets,
going to be a
the
good
more he
job? Are you
forgets
excited
which
for
life is
it?
the real one.
God, yes, please. I will and go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this
Lovely
world he can
stuff.
never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't
We've got to
listen
get
me.
that good
He won't
new
stop.
job energy
Here,
to
watch
Wally
this.
as well.
Stanley,
So
the
that
next
Wally
time
can
the
get
screen
a good
asks
new
you to
job.
push a button, do not do it.
Maybe it was on Friday. I should say the good. Exciting! That's the worst, isn't it? When your wife turns out. It happens every time, honestly, BC. I guess I just should stop marrying wives. Be at work in the morning.
You see?
It's the same
does
job I
not
used to have.
hear
What do you
me?
do?
How can I
Ah,
tell him in a way
because
that he'll
of-
understand that every
nice.
second he
More time to
remains here,
sleep
he's
in.
electing to
A
kill
desk
himself?
wife.
How can I get him to
You
see
can't.
what
Well, I mean, I was
see?
gonna say you
How
can't
can I
hump a
make him
desk.
look
You
at
technically
himself?
could. V. Question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
Yep.
We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to
We
him.
be
I'm compelled
besties.
to. I must.
So it'll be
Perhaps-
good.
well, maybe this
Nice.
time he'll see.
Anything that means you can just
Maybe
stay in
this
bed and
time.
sleep in longer is great.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
I mean, at least they said
And I tried-
please. I like a few animes. I'm not like a big anime watcher, but there are a few that I'm really big fans of. They asked me to please die. Not sure about sleeping longer though. Oh, that'd be me though.
All of his co-workers were gone.
6:30.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Did you used to
Perhaps he
start
had
at
simply missed a
6:30
memo.
at your other one?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Cat's into my room. Cat's. You're so mean to that cat. You are so mean to that cat. I'm going to try and find a new ending before looking at the flow chart.
Feeling a wave of
On
disbelief,
the broom closet
Stanley decided
ending.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
This is a
just
great
an
broom
empty
closet.
No reason to still be here.
No, this is great broom closet content. I love
It
it.
was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just
Knew it was
standing
gonna
there.
happen. Yeah,
doing
I
some
feel that.
cafe.
I relate. It's about you can't banter with a cat. Poor
Are
cat.
you really still in the broom closet?
Yes,
Standing around doing nothing?
yes.
Why?
Because.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Did you touch browser to start like your balls? Oh, so you'll be like.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
It's just
If
better.
I'd said Stanley
This
walked
new one.
past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Yeah, we
It
gotta
didn't
get
even
the
occur to me
no
because literally,
problemo. Let
this
us know what you
closet is
get.
of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I like this broom closet. This is my broom closet.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when
Yep.
you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Do you find it concerning?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I mean,
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical melody of some sort shut down your central nervous system and
Melody.
you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place,
Excuse me.
making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Hope you're having a good day.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
But what if I like the broom closet? Beautiful. Pipe. Let's go get the broom closet ending. The broom closet ending's my favourite.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish?
Betty?
Fungus? Look,
Betty?
you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's go down. Oh no, I don't want to go down. I remember this one. Oh, let's go up. Let's go up. Let's go up.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Let me
life.
look up for the
Shocked,
flowchart.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in
There's the
disbelief
flowchart.
who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Okay, I can kind of read that. 2 A. Wait, let me look at what this says.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 845.
I'm trying to look for where this is. Staircase.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Huh? I can't read what that says. Where is this? Oh, there's this that you can do. Wait. Oh. You go in the lift, and you go down, and you go up, down, up, down, up. Up, down, up, down, up. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit
Ghost.
peculiar.
How you
It
doing? I
was
haven't
the
seen you
stirring
in a
of
long
emotion in
time.
his chest, as though he felt more free
How
to
you
think
doing,
for himself,
friend?
to question the nature of his job.
Hmm?
Why did he feel this now?
I just got me right in
when
the
for
face.
years it had never occurred to him.
This game
This
is great. This
question
game
would
is
not
great. This
go
is the
unanswered
Ultra
for
Deluxe
long.
edition that was released recently. So it's got like loads of new
Whoops.
stuff in
Nope.
it.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Silly you.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Me either. So we've got to go down 2 more times. Up, down, up, down. Oh, it won't let me go down.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up
I
here and look at the
appreciate
office again.
that.
This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new
I
and
appreciate you
fascinating
coming in
ways
to say
I could
hi.
have never anticipated.
It's good to see
It's
you
that
again.
keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay, down.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm just inventive. Back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No.
No.
It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Me too, Kevin, me too. Right, ready?
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Sorry, I've got like a cough.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
Okay. That is a little sign. Please hold. You should get this like for your like BRB screen.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it.
Good, we're going down
Make
again.
Space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for
That's
gripping
true, that's
narrative,
true.
Master
Please hold.
Stanley. Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it?
I don't know.
Sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of
Hey,
thing had never been
Sam.
attempted before. I
How
had
you
no frame of reference to even
doing?
anticipate it. That's just how
See, you even got a little
revelatory
song.
Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in
My
a
throat does
landscape
really
of
hurt, though.
storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Sam. Yeah, that's your name. One more time. Back up. We here. Everything changes. What I thought was Superman and fate.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You
The
and we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
Patient.
But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to
How
let
you
that
doing
feeling
today,
go.
Samoan?
It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Okay.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible.
I'm trying to
They
read
want
what it says
big,
because some of the words
explosive
are like
moments
really
flung
blurry.
right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we
Okay.
given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual
Another
reveal.
step to
This
rise.
is storytelling, Stanley.
Giants
What you
on
and
our
I are doing
hips.
right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know?
I am a
People
role
look up to
model.
you. which is why...
No
I didn't know
problem,
when to
Leon.
spring
Thank you
this
so
on you,
much for
but, well,
looking. I
I've gathered a
appreciate
little
you.
press
I hope you have a
conference
good
for
rest of your
so
day,
that
my
you
love.
can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley.
Okay.
I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them.
Okay.
This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Okay.
Oh, good, we're here.
Okay. Let's go. Wait, is there anything I need to do? Hi,
Okay,
Lieutenant.
the
How
room
is
where
your
we're
day, my
holding the press
love?
conference should be just around the corner here
Welcome
somewhere.
in. Thank you, Leon. You have a good rest of your day if we don't see you again, my love.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
You doing okay? I'm glad to hear that, lovely. That is good to hear. Stanley live on stage tonight. It says, right, straight left. Almost meant to be like a collectible, but I literally have no clue what it means. Straight left. That's like contradictory. Let me in. Okay, we're going to stage door. Okay. Oh, to stage.
All right,
Welcome,
are you ready?
Stanley.
I've told them you're
Stanley
going to speak a little
Ryder.
bit about the nature of
Almonds,
surprise in
chair,
storytelling and
gum,
what it means
table,
to craft
nut
a truly
bar.
unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really
Bake from the
proud of you,
heart.
Stanley.
Sugar,
Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Flower, mother, what's inside? Hi, Peanut. Is that a peanut? How you doing, love? Welcome in. Go get him, Tagger. Love the way you ride elevators. Hi. How you doing? It has been a while. Where have you been? The dude who came up with pizza. Wow. Oh no, I want pizza now. What's inside? Everyone wants to know what's inside. Oh my god, hi guys. Oh my god, this is when we do an Ambino con. You did? Aww. Well, I'm glad to have you back. Apparently, right, you can do every ending but with a bucket. That's what it says. You can have the bucket and take it on every playthrough, and it makes every ending different. Hi, Louis! How you doing, Louis Pooey? Welcome in. But I don't know, like, what I got. After 3 playthroughs for first run, second time, underwhelm, I win, skip, second time, bring bucket to bucket room, after the epilogue. What? I'm gonna have to just search up how to get the bucket because I'm confused. You're doing good. How about you? I'm also good, my fellow Taurus friend. How to get buckets Stanley Parable. Unlock the bucket by completing the new content ending. Then you could unlock a very secret ending. Oh, excuse me. You must complete the sequel ending in order for the bucket to spawn in the office. I thought I did that ending, did I not? I'll be listening while I'm tapping away at the computer. No problem. I hope whatever you're tapping away at the pooter doing is going well, my love. And we will be here. That's taking forever to like search. Right, we'll go into the new content area, right? And we'll see what happens.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Indeed.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
It's not loading, which is bothering me. And I always tell them, but what's inside, feel more than words can say. Wanna know what's inside? Simple question. And what's the answer? My whole life is in here. In this kitchen baking. What a mess I'm making. Oh, it was just that website. Okay. Weird. First, we must complete the sequel ending in order so that it was from the office. Right, let's see what I did wrong in this ending. The player must first complete the skip button ending. What? There's so many endings, it's so complicated. Complete the new content ending. Then crawl into a vent and then the narrator asks you to do so. I did that. Okay, I did that. Oh yeah, I did the skip button ending, of course. New content, signs on the wall. And before the 2 doors. Okay. This is when there's new content. After the new Stanley Parable 2, he leads Stanley through the show floor, demonstrating several new features and intends to go in the game. But he eventually determines that it's all a bunch of random nonsense and can't stand on its own. He realizes, however, that this is probably work if he simply integrated his new ideas into the original game as a way to enhance it. This resets the game, albeit now with several of his new mechanics permanently added to the game, which Stanley can now use to achieve several endings. Okay. Yeah, your bestie Lewis is here. I thought I completed the number 2 ending. I'm so confused.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark. And new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Woohoo! The Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But let's
We've
take
been
a look
like
at some of the
through all
features
this
I've been
last
developing
time.
for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than... And here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, we want the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of
I'm just, like,
reckless despair
so
in those who
struggling
played it. Well, I'm happy to
to
say
work
that
out
after
what this
much
means.
consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay. I'm trying to read this flowchart and it's just confusing me more.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest
pick
bit
it
more
up.
attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't
What?
they?
Let me
All
look
this
up
and
and
more
see.
await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I want. Oh, stop! I want bubble tea as well. Wait, I'm so confused. Maybe if I put sequel. Sequel. Oh. Yeah, we got a little. This one says it has all endings, but it doesn't list them. Aha! A commenter has listed them. I'm trying. Oh my god, this is so confusing. It literally doesn't even tell you how to get the ending. It just like shows the ending. Like, tell me how to get it. Oh my god. the sequel ending. Come on, IGN, do me well. Please. Oh, sorry, burped. Though now has a brand new sign. After restarting the game for the new content ending, you'll have a new comment. Taylor, baby.
Ambino Shrek.
Ambino Shrek. How you doing, love? Thank you for the sub. Ambino Shrek. How you doing today, lovely? I hope you're doing good. It is so good to see you. Explore the expo. Reassurance bucket. That one. Where does it keep the game going after the story? But then again, that's Infinite Hole. Hi. How is your day going, my lovely? When you're ready to move on, look around for a stairway up the side of the map and find a path to exit from the expo. You can climb up where the narrator will try to add all the elements from the expo into a working game. Okay.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Look around for a stairway at the side of the map to find a path. Okay.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe,
Oh,
don't you think?
okay, here.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2.
You're great.
Now that's an
How is everyone
artistic
doing
statement.
today? I'm doing
right
good,
there.
actually. I'm
It's
having a good
future-oriented.
day.
It screams progress. Right?
Even though I did a
Have you
lot of
seen
work
everything you
this
wanted to?
morning, but
Ready
like
to
that was
move
my
on now?
last essay. That was my last essay. Oh yeah, I didn't come here last time, so this is why I never got it. Because I just restarted. I didn't know that this was a thing up here. Okay. That's good. At least I know where we're going now for a new place. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're great as well. I love when people say that they're like doing great and like fantastic and amazing, because they've obviously put that specific word for a reason, so I like to hear it.
So,
When that
Stanley,
is- oh,
what do you
bloody hell.
think? Do you
Scared me.
like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
I can
There's
feel it in
definitely
my
a good game in there
fingers.
somewhere.
I
Say,
feel
let's
it
do
in
an
my
experiment. I'll
toes.
arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Woohoo! Oh,
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort
Yeah.
of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
Bucket.
This is much
Yeah.
better. I feel good about this. Here we go.
this bucket is very
Version
important,
2.
BC. You have to. Oh.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel.
No, it's the
that would
bucket of
capture all the
reassurance.
magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Tastefully.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Sorry, something's irritated my throat. Oh! Oh my lord. Why does this look like a scary game? This looks scary.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
You
on
burnt the
keyboard.
bacon.
Orders came to him
R.I.P..
through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons
Did you
to
still
push,
eat the bacon even
how
though it was
long to
burnt?
push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
I would.
Of every
I love
month
bacon.
Of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-eating, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh god.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Stop, you're gonna make me hungry. I haven't
Shocked,
had any lunch.
frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Bucket? Ooh, there's a hair on my hand. Bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I missed my
Stanley
bucket.
decided to go to the meeting
My
room.
bucket.
Perhaps Stanley picked up the bucket.
My bucket of reassurance. Oh, yum. Stop talking about food, making me hungry.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, sorry, I come in. Okay, wait. Left. Yeah, we'll go the right way. Wait, let me check the flow chart. Okay. I don't think it makes over ending.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I
No!
can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be,
Yeah.
given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you
Yeah.
have to be strong. This is
I'm
your
being
bucket.
strong.
This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Yep.
You can't hand it over.
But you wish you would.
Getting into
Like,
name
so
calling
now
now,
it's
it
not.
seems.
I just
This
want
is how
something to
low
eat.
the
I'm
broom
so
closet has
hungry.
sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket. Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and
Oh,
convenient?
excuse me.
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner?
No!
Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
Okay.
Let him have it.
I picked up this bucket just now. Take that.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Yay!
Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, Broom Closet,
Take
with
a
all your
hike.
meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Woohoo!
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket.
It's a bucket.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Can I have another sticker?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll
Bucket.
see you
Bucket,
outside,
bucket,
and we
bucket,
can get
bucket,
on with the
bucket,
story
bucket,
about
bucket,
you
bucket,
and
bucket,
your
bucket,
bucket.
bucket. Oh, bye-bye. But do I get another sticker? Can I have another sticker? Okay. No more stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, come on, bucket.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
Sorry,
discover
I
not
got
an
cough.
indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Well,
In his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
besties.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. 2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Heck yeah.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
The
Yes,
bucket is
this
my
is certainly the
guardian
most logical
angel.
explanation.
Figure.
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Nice.
You can't buy that sort of happiness.
Don't be
Stanley.
rude
God
to
knows I tried.
Kevin.
So, I implore you to savor each and
How
every moment
dare
you
you.
come across one of these beautiful figurines.
So I'm tired. In we go. Boop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket, soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I need emotional support bucket in real life.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Oh. Beep.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
Wow.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
We did. Oh. Oh.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley
Oh.
nearly dropped the bucket in
Number
shock.
104 was
Everyone in the
fired.
office was being videotaped,
Get
monitored
wrecked.
like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen
Sorry.
anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently,
Where's
reassuring
69?
it that everything
69?
would be fine.
Oh, I could go. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Let me in.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Oh no!
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Oh
What
no!
kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
So true,
These
King.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Let's go, bucket.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He
Never.
squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
Ah.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
But the yep. Yep, I trust the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or
Happy.
content. Walking,
Can someone push
eating,
my happy
working,
button,
all of
please?
it monitored and commanded
That
from
sounded
this
a bit
very
wrong.
place. And
It
as
wasn't
the
meant
cold
to.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would...
On.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley
Oh!
gasped in horror.
I thought that was
Had
the
this
right
been
one.
The bucket's plan all along, to take over the machine and claim the power for itself.
The bucket is
How
evil.
could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
Oh.
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
A
Birds.
seagulls.
Silly birds.
Silly birds.
The control buttons became active again.
Fly away. Oh wow. Parrots.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds
Ah,
after
a
another,
duck!
and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind
Duck
control
butt.
facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds
Owls.
all over the world.
That
The
one.
mind controls were only a facade
That one
to
is a bit
disguise
ugly.
its true intention.
Babies.
At the bucket
That is
was all
attacking
wrong.
its mother.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hand.
Oh.
The one who had pointed him toward this
A
incredible
goose. Hi, goose.
Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the
Wow.
silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Happy. Any more? Oh. We're here. Where's my bucket? Oh, it's out there. I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be like 2 minutes. Ugly doogly doo, I'm back. Do not insult Kevin again. Kevin is amazing. So I think now we can have the bucket and we can do many buckets. After 3. Not hurting. You are insulting him. Oh, okay. I know what we're gonna do.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yep.
What could it mean?
We've got to go get
Stanley
bucket.
decided to go
Oh.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Figurine
memo.
Finders Committee in the meeting room. Hi, Ravian!
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of
How you
comfort
doing?
rushed over him.
Right,
Stanley
we're going
pressed
up
the
here
bucket
again.
to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Whee!
Yes, whispered the
Hi,
bucket into Stanley's
Ravian.
ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that
How is
pesky
your
narrator.
day?
At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its
He's
history,
being mean to the
of the
narrator.
countless wars it witnessed,
BC's being mean to
desecrating
the
land and
narrator.
lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man,
Okay.
to manifest justice where none existed,
He is,
and
he's
the
been real
bittersweet
mean.
reality of time to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if
Music.
it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
A bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Has
Said the
eyebrows?
bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What?
My
What?
God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true
It's a
power.
bloody bucket.
Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor
Why
the dark
not?
magic cast away inside of it.
It's the bucket of reassurance, BC. Sorry, I'm just reading the flow chart. Ravian, how are you doing today? You didn't answer me. My dick. Huh? Wait, what? Okay. go right. Forward. Cargo. Wooden platform. Wooden platform left. Jump on catwalk. Huh. Oh!
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Okay.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Sorry.
Eventually,
I've got like a tickly
someday,
cough.
they would have
And it's very tickly.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
What? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
That was
What could it mean?
interesting.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket!
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Yes. Bucket. Wait, this is different. Is it?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yep.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Okay.
The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's
Oh, there's
something
a
up there
figure
I need
there.
you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
We'll
He
have
was
to go
firmly
back there
convinced
and
that
see
the
how to
bucket
get
had
it.
spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop!
Oh!
Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
No, my
What if the
bucket.
problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Okay.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh, okay. Into the darkness. Oh, is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the
Okay.
thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right?
I'm good at
this
this.
should tell us everything we'll ever need to know
I'll
about
smash
what
it.
is or is not a bucket.
I will
let's begin.
smash.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct.
Woohoo!
This is a bucket.
I'm so smart. Oh,
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Oopsie. It's very buckety.
Is this a bucket?
Yep. That's yeah.
Correct. This is a bucket.
See, I know my buckets when I see them. I just do.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Both?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing?
I
Answer me straight,
mean,
Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
no.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any
Come
of
back.
us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing
No.
myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin
Oh.
with.
Well, you
I'm
got
afraid
me.
the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't
No.
have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
No.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything
Everything's a
disappear?
bucket.
Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. This
Yay.
is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
We're not buckets.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Ow. Is people bored of this game? Like, I'm not, but I just want to, like, you know, for you guys. You're loving it, it's amazing. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. Everything's just very quiet. I don't know whether people are maybe not enjoying it so much.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Buckets.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms.
We've
With the
got
bucket in his arms again, he was home.
We're gonna go and try and get that one with the figurine.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, which way? It was right, it was right, it was right. Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Okay.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Water just went everywhere.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh gosh, do not fall.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these
You should
things.
say
What about
he entered the
mini
bucket on his
stands?
left.
Stanley
Yeah,
things.
because everything is a
Oh,
bucket. We've
what about
established that.
Stanlerines. Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerine. Okay. Stanlerine. Let's go in the hole. Everything has a different ending, you know, when you have a bucket. Like the endings are always different. Oh, tapes. Oh my goodness, my phone. Bloody hell. Scared me.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track.
Is it Crocodile Dundee?
Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many
I think
times
he wants
I've
to
done
smash the
it, it's
bucket.
always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so...
This is very
What
dramatic.
do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Monetize it.
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket.
Okay.
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
Oh, okay then. That was interesting. We're going to do it again without the bucket because I want to see what the other one
A soft wind
is
blew
without the
outside
bucket.
and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after.
Bye, bucket.
Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
I see weather.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Beautiful employee
Stanley felt
lounge.
lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach.
Oh.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took
Butterflies
the
in
first
my
open door on
stomach.
his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Go
years
up,
ago.
Up. Oh wait, I can just... There we go. First, thank you for the like and watching you. Oh, see, thank you. She's beautiful and amazing and smash.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist
Hi,
you think is
special
revelatory.
someone.
I
Thank
bet
you for the
each and
host.
every
How are
time
you doing
watch a
today,
movie where
lovely?
it turns out all day in the main
Excuse me.
character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be
That
you.
hurts.
Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me.
Same.
This is all your fault.
Ah. Oh. And we're back.
Stanley knew the office.
Wait, what
layout
else
like
can
the
we
back of
do?
his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
I'm good, woman.
Just
Sweet,
a
but my
matter of
pale legs
time.
got some nice. You can have some nice tanned legs. It was really sunny here, like, not too long ago, and now it's really cloudy. The joys of England. I'm looking at the different paths I can do. Okay, we can go and unplug the phone. We could go unplug the phone. Yikes. I hate the heat. Like, I would rather be too cold and warm and be able to warm up than be too cold and too warm and not be able to cool down. I know, Fairy, I love you. Can we get a shout out for Fairy, please? She's live right now, and if you guys aren't following her, then you're doing something wrong. I don't know if I finished this. Yes, I did. Stalker. Thank you for shouting Fairy out. Our lovely Fairy. Okay, yeah, we're going this way, and we're gonna go
to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the
to the
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was
We're gonna do the
simply the place
unplugging
to
the
be.
phone ending
And here it
again.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. No,
This game was great.
said the bucket.
I know, I was so
Don't go to the
excited when I
meeting
saw
room.
that they
Go
released an
somewhere
ultra
else.
deluxe
The
version with
cargo
more
lift, yes.
endings.
Good, said the bucket.
There goes
Now
my
ride the
neighborhood.
lift all the way to the
How
top.
my future
There's
wife
something up
will
there
love.
I need you to do.
What?
Stanley did not
I'm
question
confused.
why or
Ravian,
how
I
this
asked
bucket
how
was
you
speaking
were,
to him.
and then you
It
disappeared.
should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him.
But yes, we
and
have
he
beautiful
unthinkingly
Fairy.
did whatever the
I
bucket
mean, my
asked.
future ex-waifu. Why does everyone want to marry Fairy? I mean, same. But also, like, that's. I'm gonna marry her.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
That's my Fairy. Thank you very much.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
No.
Pick up the phone and
Whoa!
Hi,
Hold on.
Abs.
Why did you unplug the phone?
How you
Were you
doing?
trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things.
See who gets
Buckets
Fairy.
can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A
A
talking
big
bucket.
dysfunctional family.
Did you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have
Ravian!
paused for longer?
How
or
are
spoken
you
quicker?
doing to
Finding
die?
it so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly
Please.
an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic?
Okay, I need to learn this.
How does it work?
Yep.
How long should it last?
Yep.
How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood,
That's the
you did it
second
while
sub we've had
standing
today where
50 to
someone's
80
used Shrek
centimeters
as
from
the
them
message.
in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit,
Jesse, thank you
with
for
one
the
of your
sub Prime
arms raised
18
straight
months.
upward
Oh my
at a
god.
15-degree angle from
How are
your
you
body.
doing today?
These are the
I hope
optimal
you're
conditions
good.
for good comedic timing.
Yeah,
To begin
Taylor
the joke,
did the
start
exact
by
same
stating and
thing.
spelling your name. Next, provide a brief
Ravi and
synopsis of
asked
the
you
joke,
about 69
including the
times
specific
how you
times
doing
at which
today.
the
You
recipient
never
of the joke will
answered
laugh,
me.
and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
I'll be in your business.
Speak the
You're
entire
doing
joke
good.
in no
I'm
more
glad
than
to hear
18
that. Can we get a
seconds
shout out for
and no
Jesse,
less than
please, and
13 and a
Abs?
half, pausing only for
I've not even
bathroom
listened
breaks
to
when
this
necessary.
informational
When the
video on
joke has
comedic
concluded,
timing. I
it
need
is
it.
customary to inform your
Since
listener
you were
that the
having a
joke is
time
over
over
by
there.
declaring in your loudest possible voice,
How
Dunny
dare
with the
you.
funny.
I just wanted to know
Let's
how you
practice
were.
screaming, I'm Dunny with the funny now.
I'm just trying to be a good person.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
You'd absolutely
Finally,
murder me.
it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data
Thank
from
you
your
so much,
audience on how wrapped they
Jesse.
were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
Don't
An
be
effective
silly.
survey
You
should be
silly
no
sausage.
less than 10
Hey,
pages
Gab,
long
thank you for the
and should
boob.
include the same question reprinted several times.
gonna hiccup again.
Just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
Thank you for
And
shouting out
that's
the
all
special
there
someone.
is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have
Of
audiences
course.
doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in
What the
no
heck?
time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some
Jesse,
point.
thank you for the
You
300
gut-busting little
biddies.
scamp.
Oh my
After all,
goodness.
we're each of us needed
Thank
on
you
the
so
front
much.
lines of
That's
the
very
war to
kind
fight the
of you.
claw-legged invader who threaten our very existence.
you.
And a very likely
There's some
die in
random
a
biddies.
hailstorm of bullets
It's
and
too nice
mandibles.
of you.
All of us must be
You
prepared to give our
cutie.
lives to this
Why are
noble
they
cause,
Simpsons?
just as our children must
I gotta
do
like
after
stay
us,
put, remember,
and
I'm
their
watching.
children after them.
Okay.
Godspeed, and may Earth
Thank you, I
reign
appreciate the
supreme.
link, lovely. I hope you have a good day ahead of you, and thank you again for the sub and the
Hey,
biddies.
goodness, this video
It's
is a little
very kind
outdated,
of
isn't
you.
it? Well, no matter.
And thank you for shouting out
I think
Abs,
the
Ravi.
fundamentals of proper comedic
You're playing
timing
the Evil
are still
Dead
as
game. How are
relevant
you
today as they
finding
were
that,
back then.
Abs?
So with that in mind,
I've seen a lot
I
of people
believe the
talking
only
about it, but
way
I don't really think
forward
it's
is for
for
us to
me.
return to
I'll be
the
honest.
two doors and walk through all of this again,
Makers
so
of
I can
the
try
game
telling my
have some
story
fun. Like,
with more
I was not
appropriate
even like
comedic
concentrating
delivery.
on that.
Come
I'll be
along,
honest.
let's head back.
But I feel like that was longer than 90 seconds. I don't even remember. Excuse me, I do apologise. I literally was not even
This
listening
time,
to a
I'm
word that
really
was
going to
said.
nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness for the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of
You were
comedy, that's
13
for
and
sure.
someone beat you up.
The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket
Oh, I'll figure it out
spoke.
on the fly. No need to overthink things.
The bucket. Where's the bucket sticker on the bucket? Where's it gone? I had a bucket sticker on my bucket. Just so that I didn't forget that it was a bucket. I fell asleep at a stream earlier. I was looking at the trailers. Oh, nice. We love a good nap.
Here we go. You ready? When
Yep,
Stanley
ready.
and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, we're going to go the right way this time, 'cause last time we went the wrong way.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you
Blame
proud of yourself
chat.
for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud? Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the
I thought I was
came to
doing
a
the
set
right
of two
thing.
open doors, they
I know
entered
right
the
now. I
door
literally
and
wake up
left.
in 8+ hours. Oh, I would love a nap right now.
What?
Nap
We're
stream.
back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing is completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's
I've got a
all
really
my
sore
fault. I
throat.
must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Oh no! Thank you for the hydrate
Surely
abs.
that will help me improve my...
Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
Got
Let me try
him.
that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with the bucket
Classic.
you are. No?
Hi Anita. Why are you blue? You're blue today.
Pale with shame.
Now you're BC.
Pale. What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. Getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which is the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos.
He's a PE
That's
teacher.
exactly what it is.
Nice.
That's what will make me the
Thank you for
king of
shouting the
comedy.
Anita
More
out.
instructional videos.
I mean, I'm feeling a little please. Oh. There is a hug for you. There is a hug for you, lady. Sorry. When I tab out, I lose like my flow chart and everything, so I get confused. Wait, let's step out of the door so that it doesn't end on me. I'm too lazy to buy dinner. I passed the store an hour ago on my way home. I'm so hungry. I've eaten 2 slices of toast today, and that energy drink. I'm starving. Well, I'm not starving, but I could eat. Should we go? Right, we'll go back to the phone, but we're gonna pick it up this
Wait,
time.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that
Girl,
the orders stopped
You
coming
need to.
in? How is
Yes,
that
I do
possible?
need an ear.
They the good old bucket.
Hash brown
Stanley and
ASMR.
the bucket, off on another thrilling
I'm gonna
adventure
put hash
together.
brown ASMR on strike
Stanley
because
climbed
of
the
Johnny
bucket quickly to
yesterday.
his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley
Food
had
break.
felt the bucket calling
I don't
to
really
him,
have
telling him
anything.
that the employee lounge was simply the place to
Don't
be.
shoot me!
And here
I
it
have a
was.
gun emote,
Had the
but no one
bucket
ever
turned out to
uses
be
it.
correct? Was this no? Never mind.
I think it's a sub
The bucket
emote.
was wrong.
It might be a
Stanley took the
different
door on his
tier
left
one actually
to
now
go
I
back
think
to the
about it.
meeting room.
Other foods.
No,
Said the
But
bucket.
don't go to
I
the
don't want
meeting
to be
room.
fat.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride
2
the lift
months,
all
10
the way
days,
to the
and 20.
top.
Oh, nearly
There's
2 months
something
and
up there I
11
need
days.
you to do.
Stanley did not
4
question
months,
why
then.
or
Oh,
how this
nearly
bucket was speaking.
5 months.
It should have alarmed him, of course,
Nearly
because
half a
buckets
year.
can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this.
That's a
obvious
hankin'
fact.
long
He
time.
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him,
Oi,
and he
if-
unthinkingly did
If
whatever the
can't
bucket
say
asked.
that you can't. Huh? 5 months. No. You've been around for that long, BC. No. You were only here yesterday.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Sorry.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
It's been the best time. Ah. Cause say that you can't. If I can't say that you can't, what the hell, phone? No, I'm the streamer. I hold the power.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
My bucket.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Yeah.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could
Okie
speak to
dokie,
him.
someone. You enjoy your games. It is almost 7 months, abs. Nearly a Twitch, baby. Bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press C to take me to work with you. Oh,
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship.
my
It
bucket.
doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is
Look
hearing
at
the
the
bucket
hiccups
say to
now.
him is just in his head.
It's because I drank a fizzy drink.
Lately, I've been concerned about him.
6
Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
months.
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an
How's it
inanimate
not been
metal
longer,
object,
Anita?
I want to say something to him,
What
but I
the
don't know
heck?
how I can convince him. I don't know if he
Oh,
will listen to
6
me.
9. Hiya. Wait, where is the bucket? Oh, there it is. Why?
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Listen to me. It's
Bucket.
just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
That's very
it.
useful.
It doesn't do anything else.
That's very useful. Don't listen to the loud man. Press Q for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still
I
taking
know,
orders from the
Anita.
bucket.
Why
You
liquid?
know, once upon a time it was
Well,
me
I
he
guess
took
it could
orders
be
from,
solids
me
as
he
well.
trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Don't be mean. Ignore anyone in your life. Oh. Okay.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
I
From now
always
on,
need
he's
you,
just going to
Kevin.
Cling to this bucket, this cold,
It's on my
empty
Buddha.
bucket, this sort of
Semi-solid.
shiny bucket. Well,
For some
I'll give it
reason that
this.
just sounds
It does have
grim.
a nice shine to it.
Ow, 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 ow. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press G to go home. G.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite
Oh,
look
we
like
watching
your
the TV?
average hardware
Me
store
and my
bucket.
bucket.
It's
Watching the
just a little,
TV.
What am I trying to say?
Ha 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 ha.
Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount
Ugh,
of
not
water
a
from one room to
spider.
another.
Gross. There's a place B to relive the same day with me over and over and over and over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
I'm stuck.
Why do I feel some need to point out
My
the ways
bucket is
in which
holding
it's
me captive.
so much more than just a regular bucket?
Go home, go work, go home, go work, go home, go work, go home, go work.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no.
Oh,
What's going on?
bound- oh.
Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be.
We're gonna
less
smash
confusing.
the bucket.
Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give
No.
it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
No.
Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll.
I'm closing my eyes. Can I look? Go back to work, Stanley. Oh, sorry. Bye, guys. Oh, it ended. Okay, I guess I don't have to go to work. I'm fucking chill. Well, we nearly smashed a bucket. That was close. Oh. Where else can we go? What What have I walked into? Smash! You had your eyes closed, you didn't see it, you did. They smashed. I need a wee. I'll be back. I take too many pee breaks. I'm really sorry, guys. I thought I was gonna be sick once I left, and then I kind of I'm just gonna mute that in my ears. My brain's not ready for that. Thank you for the welcome back. I thought I was going to be sick, and then I think I kind of come to the conclusion that I just need a bit of food in my stomach and I'll probably feel a bit better, so I just made a quick sandwich. I don't even know what I was saying. Anyway, so just bear with me a couple of minutes while I eat the sandwich, and then we'll get back to the game. So I just feel a bit lightheaded as well, so I just thought it's best to just eat really quickly, so then I can keep streaming. There's just a background music, but I won't be long. I'm actually quite a quick eater. Also, I think, anyway. I'm definitely a quicker eater than my best friend. It takes her about a million years to eat when we go out, and I'm like eating it all day quick. And the walls came tumbling down in the city that we love. I don't eat too fast though. I used to when I felt too. I just like, it's just like the pace that I eat. Oops, that's awkward. Yeah, Anita, when I went to the loo, I just felt like I was gonna throw up. Hence why it was a longer break than usual, but I was like, I'm just gonna go make a quick sandwich, like it's better than me throwing up. Also, Rabian, why were you looking at the commands? Or were you just like familiarizing? Is that a word? Familiarizing yourself with them? I know. I'm not the kind of person who doesn't eat. Like I will have eaten, but I am just use your what? What do you mean? No, don't skip meals. That's not good. That's not good. I go to use my commands in your chat. That's funny. Apparently, I mean, I don't remember where I've heard this, but I've just known this for a while. But apparently it's like better to eat like little and often rather than like, you know, like, so like 3 meals a day is like the standard, isn't it? But they say like you should instead have like 5 smaller meals a day, whatever that means. Not eating will not make you not chunky. Just saying. Hi Lil. You looking at hotels? Are you looking at ones like in central London? Or like the ones by Newquay? Thank you for shouting Lil out. I would get that clip thingy, but I get very overwhelmed when there's like multiple noises on screen at once, so yeah. Oh, Anita, baby, I'm sorry. I just, like I say, I'm down to stay, but like, I don't like being away for too many days, so like 1 to 3 days is my max, I think. Or even 1 to 2, I don't know. The joys of being a woman. Yeah. I'm not really like a stay out all the time kind of person, if I'm honest. I get very tired very easily. As you all know. Yeah, you shouldn't not eat. I mean, you were telling me off, so. I don't know what's wrong with me recently. Like, I'll be like vibing through the day. Like, I'll be happy. And then, like, what time is it? Around, like, 4 or 5 o'clock when evening time starts to hit, I just get dead depresso. The same happened yesterday as well. Like, literally, when I finished stream and raided out, I just felt awful. And it's starting to hit me now. Maybe that's just because I'm hungry. Maybe when the sandwich kicks in, I'll feel better. Excuse me. I still can't believe that you got a phone case, Lils. I've literally not sold a piece of merch in about a year. Yeah. Well, that might be it. Also, I remember when I wasn't feeling too good the other day and I was talking to Gigi was like, yeah, caffeine is, like, not good for you. That's really the phone case. I need to get a new emote done. Ooh, you got a new spot? Sorry, I've got the hiccups now. Oh my god. Why can't I just ingest things and not have the hiccups? What the hell? Right, okay, we can get back to the game. Let me get my what's it called back? My flowchart. Right, okay, so apparently I'm having such bad. Oh no.
Someone
I'm
was
not good
following
at shooting
Stanley.
games.
He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What? Why would you say that? Right, we're gonna not take the bucket. Excuse me. Amount 10 plus. I don't know what that means. Okay, so we're gonna do this one without the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And then we'll do it again with the bucket. Because it'll be different ending. Grey clouds all of the hills. Oh, I just realised my mic is really far away.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, I want to work out what this means. Excuse me, sorry.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk.
It says back out. Does it mean back out as in?
Pulling books off.
Oh!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
There's
it
papers
mean?
on the floor.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
does it mean?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, what do I do? Whoa. How can we find them? Trust the completionist instincts. There will be a reward for finding them all. Wow. Produce 1.2 hours. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. What happened to Chris? What the heck? Figglies. Inside of a large room locked with boxes. Nearby fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. Toilet. Somewhere both red and blue. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. So that basically tells you where they are. Okay. I want to go home. Beware of the false prophet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Aha! Oh! Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the bosses suffer losses, then that's what the boss chose.
Lately, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Well, looking for a nice powder. Oh, like the butt ones? The ones with butts. Or booba. Not to plug my merch or anything, but my merch actually does have mouse pads and now I added them today. Hi James! I'm good. How are you doing, lovely? Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. Sorry, I'm just reading this timeline thing. Okay.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a
It was
living
Trickster,
soul
wasn't
anywhere.
his...
Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
That's kind of sus, Anita.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I'm really confused about this one because it said it's meant to be an ending, but like this is like really long. Like it didn't say any of this with the. Oh no, I'm confused.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think I did it wrong.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
I don't understand this ending.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's
Is this the same ending?
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
I don't understand.
What other
It's
mysteries
like...
did this strange building hold? But as
This is just the
sunlight
regular
streamed into the
ending.
chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking. But perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now.
I have no clue how to get the
things
ending I
were
was
meant
trying to
happen.
get then. Because I did what it said.
Stanley was happy.
Okay.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Okay, I don't know how to get that other end in, but...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero?
Yeah, there is.
That's
like the appeal of
bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to
of Stanley Parable
I really
is
do
that it's
want
just
to help
like
you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove
it's
it.
just got like
Let me
so
prove
many,
that
and then
I'm
the
on
fact that they
your
brought out the
side.
Ultra
Give me
Deluxe
a
and there's even
chance.
more.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right.
I've done this one. Okay, I need to do that
Yes, that's
again
where everyone would be.
for a
Stanley just needed to
figurine.
get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would
Would
never
not
be
go.
alone ever again.
Through the door. It says door
When
next.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
And
and
then-
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
Door
stop by the employee lounge
next.
first, just to admire it.
By the
It was
stairs?
okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
What do you
open
mean
door
by
on
the
his
stairs?
left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay, well, okay, no. Door choice.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Thank you for the hygiene, brush. Here, we want to start it again. And
How
go
long was I
left this
sitting there?
time.
Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days?
And we should get the
Centuries?
last.
Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
We can take the bucket.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went
Thank you,
together
Tommy. I
would be-
appreciate
Stanley
it.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I hope you're having a good
and entered
day.
the door on his left.
Left. Staircase.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
Down.
upstairs to the boss's office.
There we go.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
Thanks.
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you insisted
Excuse me.
that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Stiggly Wiggly.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Right,
Might
this
be
should be
fair.
different
And
with
in
the
such a
bucket.
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Even though we're
All
going to be
because he
walking in
believed
circles.
everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
Where's my bucket?
Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh,
Where's my bucket?
he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks.
Oh,
He knew where the voice of the bucket
you've
had
got
been
my
coming
bucket
from.
now.
He knew the
Why?
bucket was inside of him. all
Why
along.
do you have my bucket?
Wasn't
Please
it
give it
painful?
back.
Stanley doubled over in agony.
How you doing today,
and
Gnome?
blacked out.
Sorry, I've got a really sore throat today.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
And then it goes to Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
I wonder if that's going to be the
Rose,
same.
got dressed, picked up her
There's a little
of comfort and
bucket.
security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the
A
sidewalk.
child in a horror
Right away,
movie? What
she
the heck?
knew what the problem was.
Sorry, hiccups.
This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything
You've been
is
making
predetermined.
Oh, I'm
and free
glad you're
will is
on
an
lunch
illusion,
now.
and
You
it's
can have
all
a bit of
just
a
video
break.
game. It could all have been
Anita
prevented
was
if
just
only
here,
he'd
but she
taken
may
his
have just
bucket
popped
with him.
out.
Perhaps he didn't even
For a
realize he'd forgotten his
second.
bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be. Mary.
She's looking at
But she hugged her own bucket. and
sus
later.
mouse pads.
But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she
Did someone
thought to
call?
herself, "My
Yeah,
life
Gnome
kicked
is here.
ass," and she flipped all the way
Sorry.
to work.
I keep coughing, I'm really sorry. Hope I don't have COVID. You found me. Right, let me look at the endings and see what ones we haven't done yet. Oh, bloody hell. Spooky, scary, scary, dangerous, dangerous, fine. Thanks for the spooky, scary, skeletons. Climb on the chair next to light, then jump down. You dancing? Are you dancing? I usually, he's cute. You guys are cute. Okay. We're going to take the bucket and do the true ending because it's meant to be different. So that's going to be the one we do now.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yeah.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yeah.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Okay.
Just one more time.
Okay, we were here yesterday, or the last time we played. When Stanley found the collectibles. Beautiful.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Wait, can I pick it up? 7. Sorry.
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley.
I'm very
I'll be
smart.
honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them,
I'm
let alone 6.
smart.
But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
The warehouse. Am I gonna fall? Okay, no.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the warehouse. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised.
Oh, well, let me go
After
over.
all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Okay. Where am I meant to go? I'm gonna go. Oh, there we go.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
Did we?
Well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's
Daddy.
here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Sorry.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Okay, you ready? I found it by the narrator. No, there's only 6. Shh. High five. You found it. Yeah. No problem. Best boy.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Well, I don't know where it wants me to go. But bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses. Sing me in the river at dawn. Send me, yeah, we got a gnome. Lunch. Num, 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 num.
And then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine. Right here,
Excuse
under
me.
the stairs. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Perhaps because
Oh.
it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
And look, go to the no corner? Why? Why? You are in the present. Oh, thanks.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Oh. Goodbye.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just
What
go
a-
backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. Jesus, I need
Okay,
to
yes,
know
that
exactly
spot under the stairs. I remember this.
big.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of
We're
the Memory
here.
Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
I want more. I wanna be where the
And
people
here's where I
are.
made that video. Don't you remember the video?
You are
we
not
watched?
lunch. Oh, whoa.
Yes, I love that video.
Pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley.
That's
Still don't
cannibalism,
remember
my
this one.
friends.
Good room, though. A solid room.
And that is legal.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
That's cannibalism. Stop being edible. What if I go this way? I can't.
This was our second.
I will
Figly.
be
Don't you remember?
cannibals.
Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Okay.
This is it.
They
the
are
very first one we
scary.
found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
Figurines.
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I need to easy on me. Ah!
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally
Ah.
sold on. I remember having it back then.
Excuse
Time
me.
does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more memories. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
What's happening?
And before everything else, there was your
Hi,
office.
Champ.
Is
How
there
you
anything
doing
else?
today?
Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Birth.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole
Hello,
story
human
got
named
started.
Champ.
Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then
No,
somewhere
not
along
safe
the
for
way,
work.
I stopped
No.
making decisions.
No,
I became lazy,
safe for work.
and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected.
It's just a
figurines for
nickname.
no reason. I invent Stanley. Was I
How is your
lonely?
day going,
Yes,
Champ?
perhaps that's it.
I hope you
Perhaps
was
I
having a
needed to
good day.
imagine I had companionship.
I'm
And
alright.
Stanley
I think
really
I'm just
did
a bit
make for a wonderful
sleepy.
companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Looks like you're bored. I'm just tired. And feel a little down. But that's nothing new. That just do be.
All of his
That just
co-workers
do be
were
me.
gone. What could it mean?
Tired.
Stanley decided to go to the
Tired.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, what ending are we going for? I win. Thank you for the hook, Anita. We play with Stanley now. Yeah. The Stanley Parable. I'm just looking at the flow chart. Okay, we'll go and do the one that we sweets. I don't like spicy. So we're gonna take the bucket.
A strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and
And we're gonna
distinction.
go and
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
shut
and
down
entered the door on his left.
the mind control stuff.
Still no
Sorry,
one
my
was here.
throat's really sore as
Stanley
well.
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
It's just annoying
Perhaps
me.
his boss's office. Coming to a
Sweets for
standstill,
dinner.
Stanley and the bucket walked
I think I've had
upstairs
more
to
than
the
enough
boss's
sweets
office.
after my birthday. I literally had like so much cake. Okay. Don't sulk. Don't sulk, be happy.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional
I've never heard of
dumpster fire,
pomegranate
if not
chocolate
for the
before.
soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Never
Was it
even
the
heard of
bucket
that
knew
either.
all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I feel like acidic fruit doesn't, like, you don't see acidic fruit get put with chocolate a lot of times. I know strawberries can sometimes be acidic, but, you know, they're mostly sweet.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
Yeah,
Mind
well,
Control Facility.
acidic chocolate doesn't sound very appealing, if I'm honest.
The lights rose in an enormous room packed with television screens.
I don't even know what
horrible
Anita
secret
and
did this
Noah
place
were talking
hold?
about.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I don't want to do that. I mean, I could. Should we just do it?
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
You're tired than
Now,
me.
what to do
it's
next,
good or not.
Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket
Nice.
could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well.
Thank God
and
you're
a sort
here.
of kitchenette that was useful
Bang,
for when the
bitch.
bucket was craving paninis.
Where have you bloody been?
Hi, Reaper.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the
Thanks
standing
for the
lamps came in
raid.
that
How are
it
you
really
doing? How
started
is
to
your
feel
stream?
like a home. In
You've
fact,
been into
after
the
some
dungeon.
time,
How's your
Stanley
stream,
realized
lovely?
that it had been ages
I'm
since he
looking
had
at
even thought
Raiders.
of the mind control facility at
Hope
all.
you're all having a good day.
He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the
Hi,
many
Reaper.
mysteries of
Thank
the
you so much
mind
for the
control
raid. How was
facility.
your stream?
This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets,
Sorry.
and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like
Anytime it
this.
went.
The bucket tried to reach out to him again and
Oh
again, but to
no!
no avail.
Make sure you go and get
All
yourself
Stanley
some
could think
sleep,
about, all
lovely.
he
That's
could
not
talk
good if you're
about
passing
was
out.
going back, doing it over again.
Sleep
staying
is
on the
important.
path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Pay attention to the narrator. Yeah. wait, we can do this one. Nothing? Let me try again. It's meant to do something.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? Why?
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped.
It changes every
monitored like
ending,
guinea
so you
pigs.
you take the bucket and you
Had
do
never
the
seen anything like this, and it very
you
burst
do like
into
endings that
tears
you've done
as Stanley
before.
cradled it gently,
So we're
reassuring
doing
it
the
that
correct ending
everything
with
would
the
be
bucket,
fine.
and it should be different.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Yeah, that
But
sounds
here was
like
the proof. The heart
the
of
Stanley
operation.
Parable devs.
Controls labeled
Honestly,
with emotions, happy or sad
I
or
wouldn't be
content.
surprised if that was
Walking,
a real
eating,
conversation
working,
they had.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machine... Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I don't even know who to raid. I just suddenly goes to Fairy. She is actually 1 follower away from 800. So if you're not following Fairy, please do. Yeah. Join along for the raid, copy and paste whatever message you like. Yeah, if we get 1 more follower, she will hit 900, so let's get her there. Thank you, BC, thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah.